In this video, I'll be walking you through how to use rules in Outlook. So let's get started. First, to create a rule in Outlook, you're going to want to open up any email and then click on these three dots here for more actions and go down to create rule. Now this will pop up and it'll give you a really easy way to create a simple rule. For us, we're going to go into more options, and I want to see the full rule maker page here in Outlook. So when you open this up, the first thing here is going to ask you is to title your rule. I'm going to say rule example with 2 conditions. Of course, you can name this anything you want. It's just an open text field. For my example, we're going to create a rule where if it comes in from a certain user and it has a certain subject line, or at least words within the subject, then we're going to have it moved to a specific folder. So I'm actually having 2 conditions and then for a certain action. And you can think of these a lot like if-then statements, if you're familiar with that. So you can have, ands and ors. In this case, the condition is going to be 2 things that have to happen in order for this action to take place. So first, it already has from, which is great. So in my case, it's going to be from the lovely people at FareDrop. And, right, I want the subject to include, in my case, might be new deal. Now, if you're, yours might be an automated email that comes in from a certain administrator. That could be another example, or maybe, like in my case, you want to filter out all of the promotional emails and you want them to go to a folder that you can look at whenever you're ready. So you can add a number of conditions if you wanted to keep going and get this really specific. I'm just going to move on to the action. So now that Outlook knows what I want to filter out, right? That's the condition. I'm going to say now, I'm going to tell Outlook what we want to do, what we want Outlook to do with the email. So in this case, every time it gets an email from FareDrop and the subject includes something along the lines of new deal or those 2 words, I want to actually move to a specific folder. So you see there were a couple different options. You can actually forward it directly to somebody else, redirect it to a certain user. If you really didn't like the user, you could just start marking all of their emails as junk, certainly possible. Or on the opposite, if you wanted to call it out, you could pin it to the very top or mark it with importance. So there are a lot of options here to start organizing your inbox to make it easier for you. I'm gonna say move to, and then I'm gonna click on select the folder. I'm gonna create a new folder, say specifically for new deals. So it's great, you can add the folder right within the rule box, new deals, and I can add another action if I wanted to do a couple of things, but I can also add an exception. So I'm gonna hit save, and it'll take me now to my full rule page where I can edit it if I want to. And that is it. That's how you create rules in Outlook.